Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylle and today I'm going to talk to you about the real reason why you're exhausted. My coaching clients are as diverse as they come. They're as different as the different passions that light them up. But they do have a few things in common, at least most of them. And one of the most common things that a coaching client will tell me is that they are always exhausted. They're just tired all the time. And I remember feeling like that myself at a time in my life. And at the time there were a few solid physical reasons for that. But there was something beyond that as well. And that, I believe, is the bigger reason that applies to most of us. And I would like to share my insights about this with you in the following minutes. So your mission today is to kick exhaustion to the curb and feel full of energy. Task number 1 is called Excluding the Other Root Causes. Now, before I get to the big one, I would like to make sure that there's not something much more mundane behind your tiredness. So, lack of energy can be caused by a number of things. For example, lack of sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep. It is so much more important than we previously thought. It's actually rather scary. I'm linking in below the video. There's a link to a TED Talk that explores these things, and I urge you to not only watch this but also share this TED Talk with everyone you know, because it is actually that important. So if lack of sleep is one of the causes for you, do whatever it takes, do whatever you need to ensure you get enough sleep so that you're rested. The second mundane cause could be lack of nutrition, and by that I don't mean starvation. I mean that happens too, but not so much in our society. Lack of nutrition can be caused by a lack of nutrients. I was in that situation in a phase in my life. I had some years where I lived mostly off junk food, and I was eating rather too much. I was steadily putting on weight in those years, but I still wasn't nourished enough because I was eating mostly empty calories, and there were no nutrients and no vitamins and minerals and all the stuff that we actually need to function in the food that I was eating. And that can very much manifest in a lack of energy. I was exhausted all the time in those years. And the third thing is a number of other medical reasons. I just have to summarize this because I'm not a medical person, but I just want to inspire you and urge you to not skip your medical checkups. You should regularly, get your bloods done and all the rest. Just get checked up regularly, especially if you suffer from things like chronic tiredness that doesn't come from lack of sleep. Just make sure you're not missing some bigger reason that needs to be addressed. Task number 2 is called Exhaustion No More. If the above physical or more mundane reasons are excluded, the ones that I described in task number 1, and you are still tired all the time, then you may be suffering from modern times. Yes, I just made this up. It's not. It's obviously not a condition, but I do have a point, so bear with me. You've heard me say before that we are busier today than we've ever been. And by busier, I mean there's more different things that catch our attention all the time and that vie for our attention than there has ever been in history. Distractions abound everywhere, in the media, in social media, on TV, and everywhere else. And at the same time, we have the sole responsibilities, not just for our own lives, but also for our families and our loved ones. Is it any wonder that we're tired? So the remedy to that is to simplify. As Thoreau said, simplify, simplify. It's actually true. And it is true today even more so than it was then. So let me just suggest a couple of things for you to do, to look into, just to get you started. You can obviously extend and expand on any of these. So the first thing I would suggest is you take a good hard look at your life and see what you can cut out. Make sure you leave in your passions and you leave in the people that you love. And obviously, as much as you need to of whatever makes you money, if it's a job, leave it in. Obviously, you need to make money, but don't dedicate your life to it. Don't just become so over-dedicated to it. Do enough that you earn your money, but the rest, just be a bit selfish and cut back and cut out everything else. Cut out all the glitter, the noise, the stuff that you don't need, that don't really contribute to what really matters in your life. And the second step would be to find help. And that is so hard in our society, and yet it has never been easier to get help. Get a cleaner. If you're a mom of 3 kids, and even, I'm on my own and I have a cleaner. You don't need to do everything on your own. You're not a bad person if you're not the perfect 1950s domestic goddess housewife. In addition to being a mother and having a job and dealing with lots of other things at the same time and trying to pursue your passions. Just outsource whatever you can. Get a cleaner, get help, get friends, babysitting, maybe take turns. Everyone babysits everybody else's kids at some point. Just get organized and don't be afraid to take this step, because this is basic self-care. And that's what humans are for. Humans are social beings and we're supposed to be there for each other. And the third step is try some basic self-care routines. I keep saying that. A couple of episodes ago, I talked about morning routines. You'll find the link in the description below. Implement those. Implement also, or as part of the morning routine, implement meditation, times in the day where you don't do anything. I'm also linking an article that states the amazing benefits, and this is a scientific result of a study. The amazing benefits of doing nothing at all every day for 15 minutes. How many times have you done this? I dare say not too many times. If you do, then pat on the back from me. If not, try this out. Just try it for a week or 2 and see what it does. So the magic bullet in this case is to simplify, and that is really the way to get back your energy. Simplifying my life has done wonders for me. I'm bursting with energy these days. I could dance all day, and I work quite a lot at the moment due to a rather special situation that'll be over in a couple of months. But for the time being, I work rather insane hours and I'm still full of energy all the time. And that is because I have simplified and consciously cut out and got rid of everything that doesn't immediately serve my main needs and wants and passions and desires, and of course my purpose. Task number 3 is, as usual, to let me know. Hit the reply button on the email that you got the link to the video with and let me know what your main takeaway from this video is. What are you going to put into practice? I'll write back and email back, I promise. And if you didn't get the link to the video in an email, then you're not part of the Wild Spirits community yet and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in the little form there. You will receive 1 email per week. It's 100% spam free. You'll get lots of additional articles and columns and basic background information, and sometimes you get exclusive offers that are exclusive only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.